Hey guys, it's College Studios here, and we are back with the first off-season drone update of the year. Today is January 10th of 2025, and before we get into the drone stuff, I do have a couple other things I want to point out from the dash cam. Other than me almost getting killed by a hay bale, as you see here, we saw the new banner advertising Flash is new for 2025, which was really cool. But other than that, nothing really new from the road. So now we are in the air. Again, I want to preface, just like all drone videos, we never fly over Great Adventures private park property. We always say over Prospertown Lake. But in this video, we're going to be trying to see what has been started in terms of demolition, construction, etc., etc. There's a lot to pay attention to this off-season, more than any other off-season in history, quite frankly. And we're going to start over here by Nitro, where we're not really going to see anything because there's nothing going on in this area of the park. We do get some nice views of Flash vertical velocity over there in the distance. But other than that, not really too much going on. We got Congo Rapids, Jersey Devil, Batman. Again, it's nothing too different over here. We're going to try to make our way a little further up so we can see what's going on with the big demo site where we got Ka, Lantern, etc., etc. But again, not really too much going on in the park. Taking a look over in like Junior Thrill Seekers, I'm not really seeing anything. Nothing with Air Safari, which has kind of been sitting dormant for a while. We really don't know what's going to happen with that attraction. But from here, I am not really seeing anything going on with that ride. I'm going to take a nice pan around here, looking at the rest of the park. Got the Heroes area over there. We are going to see some nice updates on Flash. You can see a little bit of it from here. You can see that Q building is just about finished. They have pretty much all the wood up on the walls of the Q building. Otherwise, not really too much to see. We're also going to get some views of Cyborg as we make our way around to where Dark Knight is not blocking it anymore. Because Cyborg is definitely a ride we are having our eyes on because of its heavy rumors of demise. So let's pan around here and see what is going on with Cyborg. As of right now, I'm not really seeing anything. Got to keep panning a little bit more. And it looks like all the fencing is gone from the attraction. There is nothing left in terms of the fencing. In terms of like the black fencing that protects the ride from guests getting in. I think I might see a machine over there too as well, actually, right next to the ride itself. Let's see if I can get a better view. It does look like there is some work going on next to Cyborg. Like I said, that ride is heavily rumored to be removed. So we are keeping our close eye on that. Yeah, you can definitely see there's something going on over there with Cyborg. Jumping in from the editing room, you can see that not only are the restraints, and it looks like the seats too, completely off of the ride, but it looks like the op booth has been completely removed. So if you ask me, this more than confirms that the ride is definitely done and not staying at the park. And you can see Flash's Q building looking really, really nice as it's coming along. I'm not sure what the exterior is going to look like. I think in the animation it had like a gray wall, so maybe that's what we're going to see go on there. But I'm going to take a look down here to see if there's anything going on. No, not really. Air Safari is still there. The park is still partially covered in snow, which is really cool to see. It's always nice to see the park in the snow. There's Nitro's transfer building. Nothing going on over there. Backstage, no parts to really be looking at. You can see that one little red covering right there. That presumably came from Green Lantern and was repainted to be reused for Flash vertical velocity. It matches the colors of Flash perfectly. I'm going to pan around here to what I know you all really want to see, which is the big old demo site with Green Lantern, Parachutes, Twister, Ka, etc. So I'm kind of surprised Green Lantern's loop and lift hill is still standing. They're still there, and the rest of the demo site has pretty much been completely cleared. You can see there's no signs of Parachutes or Twister anymore. They're completely gone. It even looks like Twister's Q and platform is also gone. You can also see right here that not only Green Lantern's sign, but also the battery outside of Green Lantern's sign have been completely removed. I'm really hoping they find a way to reuse that battery because it is one of the coolest props the park had, and hopefully they can find a way to reiterate it into something like Flash or maybe even additional theming for another attraction, but both of those are completely gone now. I imagine very soon we're going to see the rest of Green Lantern come down. I honestly don't think they're going to start anything with Ka until Green Lantern is completely gone, although I'm going to zoom in post because I really can't see from here, but it looks like there might be some track missing at the exit turn of Ka when it's coming into the station before the first transfer where it can have the track switch from Station 1 to Station 2. I cannot tell for sure, but it looks like there could be a segment of track missing there in the turn. I'm not 100% sure, but taking a pan around the park otherwise, not really seeing too much. It is pretty early in the off season. The park only closed 9 days ago for the season, so that means we're really not going to see too much happening quite yet. I'd say once we come back in like February or so, of course we know February is when Ka is being imploded, so leading up to the week of February 11th to 16th, we're probably going to see a lot of stuff going on with Ka. I'd imagine Lantern will also be completely gone by then. That way they have enough room to implode the tower completely It's going to be very, very strange to see this park without Ka looming over. You can see that all the lights are still on because they are required by law to have those blinking lights on. That way, any aircrafts traveling around the park will be able to spot it, along with the fact that it's just a law that any structure that tall needs to have blinking lights. But otherwise, park's looking pretty similar. I'm trying to see if any of the Holiday in the Park decorations are still up. I do see a lot of the Holiday in the Park flags are still up. This is kind of similar to what we saw last year, where they don't wind up taking down all the Holiday in the Park stuff for quite a while. It takes a little bit. I also want to check on the Skyway station, which, as you can see, is still standing. That is the one that, if I had to guess, will probably be removed. We now know that Skyway is not reopening ever. You can see some cars driving through the park up there, actually going right around the fountain. They are always working during the off season to get the park ready to go for the spring and summer season. So you're constantly going to see a lot of movement going on in the park. No matter what time of day it is, as long as it's on a weekday, you will see movement. But otherwise, looks like Giant Wheel is still standing there. None of the cars are removed, so I guess they're going to keep them on in terms of off-season maintenance, since it did open a little late this year. Over here, though, we're not really going to see too much on this side of the park since they're not really doing anything over here. You can see that giant ornament next to the Batman Sun Arena is still there. Like I said, a lot of the Holiday in the Park decor tends to stay up for quite a while, but trying to get a better view of Cyborg. Again, I'm not really going to be able to tell in the current recording setup. I'm doing the audio for this as I'm recording live, so I really can't tell, but it does look like there is definitely a lot going on at Cyborg, so we're going to keep a close eye on that ride. No demo equipment near the lift hill or loop for Green Lantern from the looks of it. You can see all of the equipment is still lined up over there, pretty much right by where the maintenance bay for the ride was, or where the start of the brake run was. Otherwise, though, not really too much over there. We are also going to be keeping an eye on just everything in the boardwalk because we really don't know what's going to go. We still see Slingshot and Daredevil Dive standing. That could change for all we know. We really don't know. They didn't announce Cyborg, and it looks like that's going, so who's to say they're not going to get rid of another ride. Looking at Toro's probably going to be getting some pretty good retracking this offseason. I'm not seeing any signs of that quite yet, although from here it is nearly impossible to see. There's only so much zoom that this drone has to be able to see how much is actually being done, so that whole back area of the park is really difficult for us to see anything on. You can see log flume, nothing really changed over there, but I always love coming here and checking out what's going on at the park during the off-season because there's constant movement. This park is massive and requires a lot of maintenance, upkeep, care to be running as much as it does, as efficiently as it does. Next year is going to be a really weird year with so many rides missing, but as I've reiterated in other videos, hopefully the replacements that we see come will be worthwhile and wind up filling the void that all these rides leaving are going to have. I know everyone's going to miss Kingda Ka, Zumanjaro, maybe not Green Lantern, but definitely Kingda Ka and Zumanjaro. So we're going to keep an eye on that demo as much as we can because this ride leaving is a monumental moment in the coaster industry for the fact that it is the largest coaster to be fully deconstructed. And as far as I know, it'll also be setting the US record for the largest all-steel implosion of a structure because it is 456 feet tall, which to my knowledge is the tallest structure to be imploded, controlled, not like, you know, falling on its own. But with all that, that's going to about do it for this drone update. Just going over everything we kind of talked about. Nothing really new at the demo site other than what I might have spotted in post, which you guys already saw. And we see some light deconstruction going on at Cyborg. Nothing crazy yet, but they definitely took down all the fences, which there's no reason they would do that unless they were getting rid of it, quite frankly. Lantern's still standing, and of course, Ka is still standing for now. But if you guys enjoyed this off-season drone update, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, guys.